Hello, and welcome to our second night of video notes. Tonight's notes are on marking the text. It's a reading strategy produced by Avid. Our inquiry question of the night is, how and why should I mark the text? The first thing I want you to do is get out a piece of paper and set up Cornell Notes. Remember, when setting up Cornell Notes, you're going to draw a line across the top of the paper. You're going to write the inquiry question above that line, and then about 2 to 2.5 inches from the left side of the page, you will draw a line down. Do not draw the line for the summary until the end. Today, all you will be doing is completing the note column, the right-hand side of your notes. We will complete the other pieces of the Cornell Notes in class tomorrow. So, marking the text. There are 3 stages to marking the text, and each of them help you better understand what the text is about. We will be using the same text that we used Tuesday in class about Columbus and Cabeza de Vaca. So the first step to marking the text is to number the paragraphs. So you need to go through every paragraph and you're going to number it. So we got 1, 2, 3, and you're going to continue all the way down through the entire text. And this text has 9 paragraphs. Sometimes you may want to circle the numbers, sometimes not, depending on what the text is and the way it is laid out. Once you have numbered the paragraphs, we're going to move on to step 2. In step 2, you're going to read the document and circle any key terms or other essential words. So these words could be words that are repeated over and over throughout the article. They could be words that are defined by the author. Could be words that are used to explain or represent an idea, or used in an original or unique way. Often you're going to be circling the words that are the central idea, the main idea of the paragraph, of the section, of the whole article, or words that are relevant to the purpose of the reading. So if you remember, when we read this article, our purpose was to understand how Columbus and De Vaca described the cultures of the Indians they came in contact with. So as you look through, you can see I circled Columbus because that's a person that's important to understanding the article. I also did De Vaca when it talked about him. And then as you look through, cheerful, I thought that was important to understanding the reading purpose. Columbus again. Islanders, it's identifying a person group that this is about. Describing their culture, that they were poor, so I circled poor and ignorant. We discussed those in class. And then in the second piece, I circled hardworking and trader because those also help describe the culture. There may be other words you could circle. If you see words that are repeating, you're going to circle those. But you aren't going to circle words like the, and, a, I, if, the common words that you're going to see in any reading. So if it's a repeated word, it should be a repeated word that is related to the text. That's step 2. Step 3, you're going to read the article for a second time. And in the second reading, you're going to underline the author's claims or information that is relevant to the reading purpose. So a claim that the author makes may appear anywhere in the text, may not be directly in the argument that they're making or in the paragraph where they're stating the main or central idea. Often there's going to be multiple claims throughout it. And the author sometimes will signal where the claim is going to be. So in this, again, if you remember our reading purpose, what was, or how did Columbus describe the culture? So a claim that Columbus made about the culture of the Indians is that they took and gave what they had very willingly. They were poor in every way. So they cut themselves from ignorance. So he's describing their culture in each of those. He's claiming that they're ignorant, that they're willing, and that they were poor. These may not be direct facts, but in relation to what Columbus knew, those are his claims about their culture. In the second reading, we see the people on it are tall and well-formed. Again, that's a claim. He doesn't give any information about them being 5 feet, 10 inches tall, 6 feet tall, or however big. He also claims that the women do the hard work. Doesn't mention what the men do directly in this area, but he's claiming that the women are the ones that do the hard work. It's a claim. It's an opinion that is supported by De Vaca's text that follows. So after we have done all this, the reason we have numbered the text is so when we have a discussion, you can point to the paragraph when you go to use evidence. So one of the goals that we have is that from now on, we're going to be talking and backing ourselves up with evidence from the text that we read. So if I wanted to describe the culture according to Columbus, I would say in paragraph 4, Columbus states that they were poor in every way. And then I can explain why I think that is an important claim that he's making. That's it for tonight. So come prepared tomorrow to discuss the notes, ask questions to the notes, and to finish the other stages of Cornell notes. So at this point, you should only have your note column filled in. We'll complete the other stages tomorrow. I hope you have a good evening.